Hello, beautiful souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. Today, I have a message from the animals. Last night, it was beautiful here. It was really nice. And so we were able to sleep with the windows open. And something happened that was kind of magical, kind of scary. But the noises of all the nocturnal animals who made noises came through that window, and I didn't realize how much having the window closed, actually prevents us from hearing all this noise that happens outside. So it wasn't just the animals that came through, lots of other noises came through as well, but the message is coming straight from the animals. So the birds and the squirrels, and I think there was a bunny that had an ill fate last night because we heard some screaming. Um, but here is the message from that particular kind of disturbing experience that we had last night. And when I say we, I'm talking about my dog and I, because we're the ones who woke up to it. Um, Animals do not see death the way we see death, because death is really leaving your physical body, your physical suit, and moving on to the spirit realm, where we are free of the constrictions that our three-dimensionality have, right? Like feeling weighted by being pulled down with the force of gravity, being restricted from going from this place to the other because there are walls or physical things that are in our way, and all of that. The animal kingdom does not have this feeling or belief, and I'm just throwing them these words here because obviously I don't know what animals think or feel, right? But this is what's coming through of this is the end, as we humans do. And so the message here is the message of rebirth. And what a best time, but what a better time to have this message after, for those of you who celebrate Easter, the rebirth of birth, the rebirth of Jesus coming back from the tomb, and also the spring, everything coming back into life. This is how the animals see their end of life in this three-dimensional world. They see it as the rebirth of going back to where they came from. And the message here is for us to lean into that, for us to also lean into that part of we are infinite being of lights. We have always been, from the moment of creation, whenever that was, your very first time that you were created as a being. And I'm saying specifically being because we all existed in different times before Earth was even formed. We're like infinite, coming from like a really long time ago. um, the beginning of time, not the beginning of Earth. You understand? So we are really infinite, old souls. And every time that we decide to come and reincarnate here on Earth, we are coming here with the purposes of growing our experiences as a soul. On the other side, on the spirit realm, we are not able to experience a lot of the things that you're able to do here, such as the taste of things, the smell of things, the feelings, right? And all of the negativities, all the polarities, I should say, like, dark and light, and heavy and light, and cold and hot, all of those things we're not able to really feel on the other side. And so we come here to learn all of those things and to learn how to navigate our lives through this three-dimensional constriction, which is our bodysuit, and then bringing all of that awareness and all of that expansion back to the spirit realm. And once we are able to see things from this perspective, then the whole entire fear of death, or of crossing over, or even of losing someone dear to us, really dissipates from the darkness of someone's dying and we're no longer have them, because we are all still here. This is what the animals want you to know. There is no difference for the animal once they cross over, because they understand, they know that they're just leaving the body, but they're still here and they're able to see this. I mean, you've seen it if you have cats or dogs or maybe even other animals. I don't know because I haven't had other animals, but they tend to stare, especially cats, into space. A lot of people feel like, oh, they're seeing something that I cannot see. It's because they can, right? They're able to see the other realms. They're able to see the spirit world. They're able to see the essence of who we are, not in the body, right? So, like, I mean, obviously they can see us in the body as well, but they also can see the other things. And the message from the animals that came last night was, this is what we want you to lean into, that as horrible your human or physical death might be here on earth, remember that this is part of your experience that you're wanting to experience. Okay, don't kill me on that one because I know it's going to be a lot of backlash on that one. Like, how does anyone choose to cross over in a violent way, for example, right? Or in an unfair way, such as people who are perishing because of starvation or because of um, violence or war or anything that is really not harmonious or beautiful or loving. But these are things that we plan on the other side as wanting to experience because we know that it's just an experience, it's just a play. We are here as avatars in this matrix of a world, beginning to experience things, and we are the players. We are the players. We are the ones who create the game that we're here playing on earth. We are the ones who are moving the pieces, which is you, your body, and your humanness into this world, into the experiences that you are choosing to experience. And we are the ones who choose when and how to exit. Did you know that we as souls create several exit points throughout our human life? So we create different parts. We're like, okay, this is going to be my experience. This is what I want to learn. And if I feel that it's too much for me, or I just want to leave, or I'm done with it for this time, then I'm going to exit this world, meaning cross over or die, through this method, right? And then that's placed in there. And then when we get to that point, let's say you create a car accident, right? At age of 17, and then you have this car accident, but it's a minor one, and you just, you get over it. It was just like a little fender bender, and then you keep going. What does that mean? It means that you decided, you know what, I'm really enjoying my experience here. I want to see more. I want to learn more. I want to expand more. I really am not having any issues, and I want to go on with my life and see what else I can learn, how much more I can expand, and I'm not going to exit at this point. And then maybe you created another exit point at age 32, and maybe it's a different way of exiting, right? And then again, if you're feeling that everything is going well for you, then you decide to stay, right? This is when you have a lot of people who are having like near death experiences, or people who actually have died, right? And then come back for different reasons, right? They have crossed over, they see the beautiful life that we have on the other side, the harmonious, the love, the immense unconditional love, the light, the colors, all of the things that all the NEDs are always talking about and experiencing and sharing about. And then they still have a choice, most of them, to come back. I mean, I'm saying most of them because otherwise it wouldn't be a near death experience, right? It would be just a death experience or a death. So they come back, and they come back for a reason, right? They may see maybe their children like, oh, well, who's going to take care of them? Or I don't want them to, somebody else to take care of them. I want to be the one. So they come back, right? To continue their life here, no matter what, right? Because they can see the difference. They can see what it's like on the other side, and they can see what the experience is like here. And that experience, that feeling of wanting to come back because of the love that we have for some people, other people, like our children or our parents or our friends or our partners here on earth, that is one of the reasons that most of the NEDs come back, even though they are seeing the beautiful, harmonious, lovely life that we experience on the other side. I mean, that has to be some huge love, right? For people to come back. A lot of people who come who have NEDs um, come back, and then they have this depression period because they are back into their bodies, they're back into the pain that the body feels, the pain that the soul feels here in their body, and they remember and they bring back that memory and experience of having experienced the unconditional beautiful love on the other side. And it's like, why would anyone want to come back here when that is the way it could be? And here on earth there's so much evil, so much darkness, so much things that are not fair according to our human minds, and it's just very, very difficult. So a lot of NEDs come back and they go through a period of um, depression because of what they have already brought back, right? Gosh, we're really doing this on NEDs today. It feels this is the way that the guys are guiding me to speak. So, but here's the thing: as you are an infinite being, when you experience life here on Earth, and you put it in connection or in comparison to the length of life that you have had up to now, you're an infinite being, right? So that's infinity going backwards. The time that you experience here on Earth is just like a blink of time. You may have heard before that there is no time or space on the other side. So that those are things that we as humans have created in order to be able to navigate this world in our three-dimensional body. But on the other side, it doesn't feel that way. This is why a lot of people, when you're dreaming, it feels like a lot of times when you're dreaming, it's an out of body experience, or you're visiting other realms. So a lot of times you see like you have this gigantic dream with all things are happening, and it just feels like forever. It could be days, and then you wake up and it's like, oh, I was asleep for 5 minutes. How could that be? It's because time doesn't exist on the other side. And it's the same exact thing when we get to visit the other realms more from like a near-death experience, or we're doing a meditation where we're crossing over and connecting to our higher self, the other realms that are available to us, and it feels that we've been doing or experiencing this space forever, for such a long time, and then we come back and it's been like a really short amount of time. I've heard this from many NEDs when they speak about their entire experience, their life review, their spirit guides, what they went through, what they saw, all kinds of things, and it feels like they've learned and experienced so much, and then they come back and they found out they have been dead for like 5 minutes. It's like, how does all of this information happen in such a short period of time? It's because time and space doesn't really exist. And so on the other side, you can experience so much, and then you come back here and it's like, what? How did that even happen? All right. So when we are experiencing death here on this planet, on your human body, and we have all of the human feelings of, if you're seeing, like, let's say, tragedy on the news, people dying senselessly, senselessly, um, and we feel like badly, or that's not fair, or I'm done with this, or why does this keep on happening, right? All of those really deep, strong feelings that we get are the attachment to your own human body and belief, the things that you have bought into as being true. So when you become closer to your higher self, your own divinity, the part of you that is connected to part of the divine, the God, the creator, the light, then you're able to realize that, oh, that is just a little bit of time in place. It's a game that they're playing. This is how they choose to end their experience on earth. And now they're back on the other side, beautifully, healthy, amazingly living the quote unquote life on the other side. You see? And when you're able to see it that way and understand that they're actually still here, that you actually still have access to them if you choose to. This is how mediums communicate with your past loved ones, because they're still here, right? You've heard this many times, right? Your loved ones who have crossed over are still with you. They can see you, they can hear you, they can feel you, and sometimes you can too. You can feel them, hear them, or even see them. from the other side. Sometimes when you are meditating, when you have raised your frequency high enough and you empty your mind in order to just be able to connect and see and perceive other realms, right? Psychics and mediums can do this by raising the frequency, by the training that they have received, or by just practice, because this is available to all of us. And so then you're able to understand and see and know beyond any slight doubt that it is real, right? That they're here and that is not something bad, right? We have been conditioned to believe that people who, okay, I shouldn't say we as all of us, but a lot of people who follow certain religious groups are taught that any connection with anything out of this three-dimensional world is bad or evil. And that instills fear in the people so that they do not connect with anything other than physical other beings, right? People, animals, things, right? That is something that has kept the masses slaved to believing what a very few amount of people tell us that we're able to do and that we are allowed to do. And we have bought into this lie for hundreds and hundreds of years. This is the time of the Great Awakening. This is the time where everything is speaking to us. All of the are speaking to us about connecting to that part of you that is a birthright. You are born with these abilities. You are able to connect. You are able to communicate on your own, and there's nothing bad or evil about it. And you would know this when you do get communication from your loved ones, because every single thing that you hear from the other side is always loving and is always uplifting and is always encouraging. It is never the doomness. It's never bad news. Oh, you're going to die in a car crash. No, none of that happens because it's coming from the divine. It's coming from pure love. If you do encounter someone who is giving predictions or messages that are heavy, that are talking about things that may happen that are not positive, then that is not the pure divine message. That is that person channeling some or receiving the messages from some of what they're hearing, but they're also allowing their own ego to get in the way and mix in that message to deliver a message that is not positive or uplifting. On the other side, everything is love and light, everything. And all of the negativity that you see, that you hear about bad spirits. There are no bad spirits. Bad spirits are regular spirits who are trapped in their own, how to put this, in their own regret of how they behaved while they were incarnated here on earth. So let's say someone is really bad or doing really evil things, really nasty things to other humans while they're staying here on earth, while they're playing the game, and then they cross over. And when you cross over where there is pure love and light, you get to see what you did on earth. You get to experience everything that you did to every single person and being while on earth, and you also get to experience it from their point of view. So if you tease somebody, you're going to see and feel yourself teasing them, and then you're going to be in that person that you teased body and experience it from their point of view. And so a lot of times spirits cross over and they get to feel all of the damage that they created here on earth, and they're so regretful, and they need to spend a lot more time transferring these feelings of what they did. And this is why they're stuck. It's not that they're evil there as well, it's that they are working through what they did. And even the most evil or darkest spirits on the other side can be moved towards the light by sending them love and forgiveness, by reminding them that they are part of the divine. They are pure light. The experience here on earth, as bad as it might have been, is an experience that they chose to create in order to learn and grow their soul, right? But because we are in this human body with the human brain, we regret a lot of these things when we go on the other side. We kind of get stuck. So you might have heard of like spirits getting stuck and sent into the light. This is where it comes from, but it doesn't mean that they're bad or evil. It just means that they are in a limbo place where they are discussing and trying to figure out, discussing with themselves, obviously, trying to figure out how to move forward. So, yeah, a lot of stuff's coming up through today about near death experience and how it is on the other side, and the messages of the animals are coming through to remind you that your life here, your experience here is just a blink, that it is just a game, that reminding you to have fun and to enjoy life as much as you can every second. Choose what you want to do because you want to do it out of love, not out of obligation. Do the things you want to do because you want to do them, because it brings you joy, happiness, love, not because you have to. It's a huge difference. If you do things because you feel you have to, then you feel trapped, then you feel depressed, then you feel like, what is the meaning of my life here? What am I doing? Right? And you get resentful and frustrated. But if you're doing it out of love, then you see love in every moment of everything that you do. Whatever it is that you choose, it's okay. There is no right or wrong. It's just how you manage and how you navigate what it is that you're choosing. And if you are in a place where you have been choosing to do things or to follow things out of obligations, for example, someone taking care of their elderly parents and feeling stuck, like they can't go anywhere because they have to take care of them, right? And that's coming from a place of resentment, like, oh, I can't do this because. It's not coming from a place of like, oh my gosh, this is my parent and I just love taking care of them as they took care of me. And I love the way it feels to take care of them. It's completely different, right? So if you're feeling frustrated because you're taking care of somebody who is ill or somebody who is older, and you're doing the things out of obligation, as in there's no one else to do it, or no one else will do it, or there's no other way of someone to do this, so I'm stuck here, and you need to either shift your mentality, from where you're coming from, shift your heart, or stop doing it. Yeah, this is harsh. Stop doing it. Why stop doing it? Because it doesn't bring you joy. So find a way that will bring you joy while you're living your life here, your game that you're playing here on earth, as you're learning, and realize that whomever it is that you are also taking care of, that's their choice, their experience, their game that they are playing. And you and them always have a choice as to what to do next. You both do. Nobody's stuck. Oh my gosh, this is like, it feels like I'm going in all different directions, but because I am. But remember that. Remember that every single person has their own written story, their own written experience and journey that they want to experience. And we always have a choice. And any choice that we choose to do, if you choose it with love and through joy, it's the right decision. There is no feeling guilty for leaving or for stopping something that doesn't bring you joy. When you're choosing you, when you're choosing love, when you're choosing happiness, joy, laughter, over the heaviness of doing something out of obligation or out of feeling stuck or out of this is what I've been told to do, such as kids learning or studying to become something that the parents told them to do, or kids actually when they're adults taking over the family business, even though that has nothing to do with what they're dreaming of doing, right? And they're feeling stuck, they're feeling obliged to do it, right? And how many of those you see them leaving and just doing what they wanted to do anyway, right? More and more this happens because we are more and more awake and more aware. So do the things that bring you joy. Do the things that lift up your heart. Do the things that feel good to you. Not heavy. Always feel into your body. Feel into it. Like, okay, I'm going to go to this party with these friends from like years ago that I haven't seen in a long time. And I'm kind of excited, right? And I'm feeling like really, really good to like connect with them again. Is that bringing you joy? Feel into your body. Yes. Okay, then go and have fun. But if you're feeling like, ooh, I don't know, maybe I don't like the way I look anymore. Maybe, what are they going to say about me? And I'm feeling judgment from my own self that I'm imposing on these people that I haven't seen yet, and I'm feeling heavy, then that's not a yes. That is a heavy feeling. Don't do it. Feel into your body. But into getting back into the animal message of connect with your life now and do the things that you enjoy most now. Follow the roads that bring you joy and happiness. And remember that when we exit this life, this meat suit that you are experiencing your human life in, that you are still here, you are still alive, you are still able to see and communicate with your loved ones, that you are still able to meet and communicate with your loved ones who have crossed over, and everything else. You have access to everything on the other side. It doesn't end here. It's a huge, huge misconception that we have bought for way too long. The animals want you to know to enjoy life and every experience that you have chosen to experience on earth, and to let go that stigma of death being the end of it all. With that, finishing it off, I love you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.